I want to ask you this right off the top here. Should anyone lose their job over this?
Well, I absolutely think they should. People have got to be held responsible. And over the next several days and in the coming weeks, as we continue on in this legislative session, we're going to have those conversations. We're going to ask the tough questions. We're going to figure out how this could have been prevented, because I do believe that it could have been prevented, even though it was an unprecedented storm that impacted all of Texas, 254 counties. Jason, absolutely, people should be held accountable. But let me be clear, the buck stops with us. The buck stops with legislators, elected policymakers at all levels. We're going to take our job seriously. We're going to figure out what went wrong and fix it so it never happens in the state of Texas ever again.
Representative, you were one of the first to come out almost immediately, at least on Twitter. That's the only way we can talk during all this storm here. But what do you want to see legislatively? What ideas are out there, do you think, that might really have traction from all sides on this to really get passed and change things?
Well, you hit the nail on the head. It's got to be all sides that have got to come together. This cannot be and should not be political. It can't be a game of bureaucratic hot potato where we're pointing fingers and trying to blame others. We got to take responsibility. We got to own it and fix it. I so appreciate the governor's leadership over the past couple of days in declaring new emergency items for the legislative session that will essentially allow us to take up these items right when we get back to Austin tomorrow. And so we need to be winterizing our generating equipment across the state, making sure that they don't freeze up so that we don't lose such substantial capacity like we did. That's just one answer. But all questions need to be asked. All solutions need to be on the table, and we're going to come together and we're going to get it done this session.
Well, one thing the governor said is he wants the state to set aside funding to help these power generating plants, winterize their equipment. Should taxpayers be paying for that?
I'm real concerned right now about obviously our focus right now is the continuing efforts to get people back on their feet. Of course, all power across the state should be on, but the repairs, the rebuilding continues. Recent reports indicate, Jason, that this weather storm this week is going to be the costliest natural disaster in the history of the state of Texas, right, even costlier than Hurricane Harvey. And having said that, we cannot put this on the back of taxpayers, on the back of Texans, many of whom are already struggling as a result of COVID. They've lost jobs. Their businesses have been shut. We got to go fight for them, roll up our sleeves and make sure that this isn't on their backs. And I believe there's a way that we can substantially and smartly invest in our infrastructure, right, without doing so. And that's going to be the goal of this session.
Jeff, the hearings start this week in the House, at least. I want to ask you about the Public Utility Commission. That's the state oversight board, essentially, for ERCOT, the power grid. PUC failed as well on this, too. What changes should the legislature make to the PUC specifically? Should heads roll there as well? Well,
but there's failures all around at every level. And like I said, we've got to own it. We've got to have the tough conversations, ask the right questions, and we're going to. No question, the PUC has oversight over ERCOT. There are problems with both entities, both agencies. But at the end of the day, the legislature has oversight over the PUC and ERCOT. Right. And the people have oversight over the legislators. And we're hearing loud and clear from our constituents right now who are angry and frustrated. I'm angry and frustrated. And we got to fight and put partisan bickering and politics aside and go find answers on their behalf.
About 40 seconds left here. I'm curious whether you think Texas should even look at or consider joining one of the larger power grids on the East Coast or on the West Coast.
No, I don't. I don't think that's the right solution. Texas has our own grid. There are certain challenges that go along with that, but also great benefits for the state of Texas, too. What we need to do is secure our grid. And that's an important conversation. Clearly, it was not secure this week. It failed the people. And we've got to make the necessary investments, and we're going to make sure that our grid stays our grid, and that the 28 million Texans have reliable energy going forward.
All right. State Rep Jeff Leach, good to see you again. Thanks so much.
Jason, thanks. God bless you.